Right then, while some chase horizons, for others they chase the perfect pint. For us, it's a full-blown Mediterranean odyssey through Italy, Malta, Greece, Montenegro and Croatia, a 12-part immersion into culture, chaos, and quite possibly a concerning amount of carbs. Our chariot for this grand caper, the rather aptly named Majestic Princess, she's our floating city. Really? Home to 3,500 souls, all bobbing along the Azure, and our launch pad for exploring some of the most iconic coastlines on Earth. And amongst them, you'll find yours truly, Nigel the Nomad, and my intrepid partner in crime, Lemar. We're trading the familiar for the fantastic, and the mundane for the Mediterranean. So join us as we explore ancient ports, vibrant markets, stunning landscapes, and make new friends. It's about capturing the real, the authentic, the beautifully imperfect moments that make travel truly unforgettable. Prepare for the energy, the curiosity, and hopefully a touch of sophisticated wit. Our grand Mediterranean adventure begins now. But first, Florence, the heart of Tuscany, where art, history, and a perfectly aged Chianti are calling our names. Florence, Firenze, a name that rolls off the tongue like a perfectly aged Chianti. It's a city etched in Renaissance grandeur, a living, breathing museum where every cobblestone whispers tales of artistic genius and Medici ambition. Before the cruise ship even beckons, before the Mediterranean truly opens up to us, we are diving headfirst into the heart of Tuscany. This isn't just a prelude, it's an immersion, a chance to soak in the art, the history, and the sheer unapologetic beauty of a place that's been seducing travellers for centuries. And trust me, Florence knows how to make an entrance.
We have just checked into the Stanza del Duomo boutique hotel, and I have to say, when it comes to these little boutique hotels, it's always about the little touches over the grandeur. The lady who checked us in, Flavia, she was gorgeous, and she has given us all of these recommendations that are off the tourist track, which is something that I'm really looking forward to exploring here in Florence, which is where we are. We're here on the Easter weekend, and another little touch, this little happy Easter card and some Easter eggs really makes all the difference when you come to places like this. What a great little hotel. I will leave the link in the bottom if you are in Florence. Check them out. Let's have a look and see what our view is. Oh! That door's already open. A classic Juliet balcony overlooking a classic Florentine street.
You can't talk Florence without acknowledging the Duomo, Brunelleschi's dome, a terracotta titan against the skyline. It's a marvel of engineering and audacity. And next to it, Giotto's Campanile. The bell tower stands proud, a symphony in marble. We admired it from below, craning our necks, feeling suitably small. No heroic climbs for us this time. Sometimes appreciation from ground level is just as profound, especially when there's a city to explore. Our path then led us through the throng to Piazza della Signoria. It's an open-air sculpture gallery. History and a power play set out in stone. With a rather famous chap David, well, he's stand-in anyway, holding court. It's a reminder that here, art isn't just confined to hushed galleries. It spills out into the streets, bold and unmissable.
Has given us some locals recommendations, so we get to skip a little bit and come with us if we can check out a locals recommendation.
Well, we're skipping that
This
one.
queue is not for us.
Oh my god, we are the surprise.
We still have the biggest queue. We're going to continue along here. Neri, I think, is the one we're going for.
further down.
So we've found Neri. There is a queue. It's not as long as the other one.
Must be good.
With all of that art appreciation, it really works up an appetite. And when you're in Florence, you don't just eat, you embark on a culinary pilgrimage. Our hotel's oracle, the ever-wise Flavia, pointed us towards a local legend. And when I say local, I mean the Italians go here over the famous one. It's another somewhat hidden gem. Same road, just further along. It's the Panetteria di Neri. Not your typical sit-down affair, but a haven of Florentine street food. The promise of gigantic, freshly made schiacciata sandwiches, stuffed with local delicacies, was too good to ignore.
You want that della?
Yes, please.
La Delatello, La Frenze, Vino,
Abbiamo Toscano, Chianti.
Toscano, Duomo. Cheers. Grazie. I'm already loving Florence in case you haven't realized. Yes. All into Grazie. Grazie, buonanotte. I'm so happy that we're finding this. You ready? Pretty good choice. Right, so they're in two halves. There's so much. I'll just give you half of yours.
Oh, yours.
And
No,
then
half mine.
so here's, well, I mean, no, because we've got other dinner. I have been looking forward to this for a long time.
Hier, gewoon eens weer zout.
So it's got like the truffle, so we give it out with fresh sliced tomato. Oh, yes, please.
Flavia, you absolute gem. This was inspired.
Flavia again.
at a leather market that's recommended by the locals that we're on. Come along.
Flavia, proving herself indispensable, also nudged us towards the famed leather markets. A new wallet was on my agenda. Something stylish, something Florentine. The air was thick with the scent of tanned hides, a kaleidoscope of bags, belts, and jackets. I was on the hunt, a man on the mission. I almost found one, you know. The perfect design, the right feel, just not in my colour. The quest for the quintessential Florentine wallet, it seems, would have to continue. But the experience, pure sensory overload in the best possible way.
We're about to join this tour and go on and see David and his team.
Time for the main event, the real David. We booked our slot for the Accademia gallery through Viator. A wise move if you want to sidestep the legendary Florentine cubes. You'll find the link for that in the description below, by the way. And there he was, Michelangelo's masterpiece. Honestly, no replica, no photographs can truly prepare you for the sheer scale and perfection. His breathtaking, every sinew, every vein, carved with an almost divine precision. You stand there, humbled, trying to comprehend the genius it took to breathe such life into cold marble. It's one of those moments that's just going to stick with you. As evening began to paint Florence in softer hues, we stumbled upon something rather unexpected. A parade, it seemed. Men in magnificent historical, military, or perhaps guard attire, marching with a solemn dignity. Given it was the Easter weekend, we figured it had to be some kind of traditional procession. A wonderful serendipitous moment, a glimpse into Florence's living traditions. The day's explorations winding down, there was only one thing for it, an Aperol spritz. We found ourselves near the Ponte Vecchio, that iconic bridge laden with shops, listening to street musicians weave their melodies into the twilight air, the perfect soundtrack to an Italian evening, watching the world go by, drink in hand. This is the Florence you dream of. An early start. Florence, you were magnificent, but another Tuscan icon was born. After a quick espresso pit stop at the station, the lifeblood of any Italian adventure, we were on our way to Pisa. Yes, that Pisa, home of the tower that's had a bit too much vino, if you catch my drift.
No, I'm looking forward to this because, I remember second grade, there is this poster in my room and 7-8 wonders of the world or something. Places, unique, cities and places to visit. And Pisa is always there alongside the Tower Bridge, the Colosseum. So it's like bringing in memories of a kid looking at that poster before. So, oh my god, almost done.
Very true. Pisa has been a very poignant part, of history, especially growing up through school, learning history.
Well,
It always gets pointed, and then it's always been such a spectacle. As an adult, I'm cynical about going there and doing all of the penances and leaning up against it.
I'm not. I'm
We
all there for
know,
the.
we know that you're there for the IG.
I'm there for the ground.
You are at the ground.
I don't care as much of the history about it. I might.
Yes.
I'm open to things, but I'm mainly there. It sounds so
I will
fun.
participate because it's funny. This today is both a tick box exercise for me to say I've done it,
Same.
but also just to see the spectacle. To see the tourists making fools of themselves.
Right.
necessario per calcolare l'importo esatto del tuo viaggio. In mancanza è previsto l'addebito della tariffa massima. If you are traveling in a tap mode, please remember.
As we walk towards the Campo di Miracoli, the Field of Miracles, the anticipation built, and then there it was, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You know, it's even more tilted in person. It's an architectural oopsie, and then it went and became a global superstar. Naturally, we had to indulge in the quintessential tourist ritual, holding up the tower. Lemar and I, of course, took it to a whole new level, with poses that were, shall we say, creatively cheeky. You've got to laugh, haven't you? It's all part of the fun.
Move enough, then back. There we go. Then push your hand to the side. Oh, perfecto.
We came, we peeled it. After our structural support duties, we wandered Pisa's streets in search of a hidden gem for lunch. We were hoping for some local, authentic fare. We settled upon a spot that looked promising. Lemar struck gold with his seafood spaghetti, a vibrant, briny taste of the nearby coast. I, on the other hand, I ordered a classic beef ragu pappardelle, dreaming of rich, slow-cooked goodness. What arrived? Well, let's just say it was a rather uninspired bolognese. A culinary letdown. Pisa, you're stunning to look at, but on the food front, this round goes to Florence, I'm afraid. Back in Florence with our Pisan adventure behind us, Flavia had one last trick up her sleeve. Piazzale Michelangelo offers the classic panoramic view of Florence, and it's undeniably spectacular, but she whispered of an even quieter spot tucked up away a little further. And what a recommendation. We packed a picnic, some local delicacies, meats, cheeses, biscuits, and a bottle of wine, and we found our perch. The weather was doing that typical European spring dance, a bit grey, a touch of rain, and then glimpses of sun breaking through. But it didn't matter. The view was breathtaking, the wine was flowing, and it was the perfect reflective end to our time in this incredible city. A moment of calm, watching the light change over those iconic terracotta roofs. Florence, you charmed us, you fed us mostly well, and you reminded us why Italy holds such a mythical place in the traveller's heart. But our Mediterranean Odyssey is just beginning. Florence and Pisa, you were an incredible start, but the mainland is just the appetizer. And next time, the real Odyssey begins. We trade cobblestones for cruise decks as we embark on the magnificent Majestic Princess. Join Lemar and me as we get our first taste of life at sea, explore this floating city, and officially set sail into the heart of the Mediterranean. What awaits us out on the open water? And can we ever find our cabin? You won't want to miss it.